Dawning, and welcome to a Friday edition of Good Dawning with myself. My name's Josh, Mr. Floyd, and welcome to our universe. And you are the family that in the title there. So grateful for all of you being here. Grateful that it's Friday and we made it through another week of Good Dawning. It's like another day of Dharma done. So welcome to your universe. All right, so today we're going to work with the hero's journey. Everything is a hero's journey, right? Every musical, every movie, generally speaking, in some sort of fashion, is a hero's journey, right? It's almost like the coding law of a movie, right? All right, we've got palm reading cards as well. Victor, tonight, Victor will be, check out Victor, Truth Wave Energetic Meditation. Most likely, of course, will be there as well. And Victor will be going long and live tonight. So check that out. He's going to be pulling cards himself this evening and running into, not literally running into, that would hurt, but running up to the time that Max Vision will be live. And Max Vision is, if you've never done like remote viewing before, give it a whirl. It's kind of interesting there. So tonight at 9:45, check out Max Vision, or 10 actually after Truth Wave there, 10:30. So check out Truth Wave and then Max Vision tonight. So we'll be hanging out with Truth Wave for a good 20 minutes or so at least until Max Vision starts. So yeah. All right, kids left with dad in the middle of Truth Wave. So I got an empty house. There you go, right? Better than Full House, right? All right, sounds Mice Millie. All right. No, we don't want to sound Mice Millie. Millie's had mice in her house, from what I understand, so we don't want to sound Mice Millie. But Viviani, good dawning, and Viviani is live with John, not today, but she's live with John in the dawnings. So welcome, guys. All right, so let's pull some cards here. The Hero's Journey. We've also got the Dream. Ooh, this thing's heavy. The Dream Amethyst, and you didn't realize how heavy it was. And of course, that came from Chloe's crystal, so we're going to dream into a good weekend. And the Truth Wave Energy Meditation, 9:45 a.m. times 2. Yes, exactly. And tonight will be an extra long energy meditation. And if anybody, Millie, can you put the phone, can you call Scotty Boy? We haven't seen, anybody know where Scotty Boy is? We've missed Scotty Boy if you're watching in the background there and or something. Big favor there. We hope you're okay. But I don't want to individually say hello. I'm being lazy. Yeah, you know what? You get 17 in the chat, and I'm grateful. But then you got to write 17. Good morning or good dawning. 17 different names, right? And then of course, during Truth Wave, there you got to be fast because there's that point where it's not live, then it's live, right? And if you're trying to write something in the chat right before it goes live, that's always fun, right? And there it goes, all that texting, right? And it's usually we're all most likely on a phone of some sort. I know Victor's got his laptop opened up as well here. But all right, so let's the hero's journey as we are all on. And if you watch generally any movie of any sort these days, it's all some sort of play on the hero's journey. But you know what? So are you. You are the hero's journey as well. And the more you tap the screen there, the more YouTube seems to like that. All right, so let's see what we got here. We cut the cards into 3, right? Yolanda. Good dawning. All right, so we take the bottom card as the energetics of our French Friday, and then 1, 2, and 3, and how to obtain said energetics on our French Friday, right? All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, so today is the North Star as opposed to the South Star, right? Generally, we try to reach for our North Node, right? So if you're Cancer, the North end of Cancer is Capricorn, which is a complete opposite of a Cancer, right? It's like, screw the emotions, I'm just going to stand strong in my frame. As a Cancer, it's like every emotion, and I'm just going to fall apart in my frame, right? So North Star would be the same idea, right? North Node, North Star. Flip your inner light switch. That's another thing you want, right? Flip your switch, right? So can you flick your own bick, so to speak, right? Turn on your light. Turn on your heart light, right? Let it shine wherever you are. Neil Diamond. For all the world to see. So turn on that inner light switch, make a cup of coffee, and sometimes it just comes out like, ugh. That's that cup of coffee. All right, in the Castle of Dreams. So how do we get to our North Star, our inner light? Well, you could stand and get like 35,000 X-rays, and you'd probably glow. That would give you some inner light. But otherwise, a lot of meditation, right? Inner light, a lot of quiet time, a lot of peace. All right, so become the altered by the color of your dreams. And so in the castle of dreams, and of course, what did we pick today? But I don't make these things up here. The dream amethyst, right? So we say nothing other than the universe sometimes just knows what's going on, right? Synchronicities, which aren't synchronicities. There is no such thing as an actual synchronicity. The universe lines up what it needs to, how it needs to in your universe all the time. It's whether you see it as aligned or you don't. That's the question. How are you seeing as things come across in you? To anyone I missed, getting the party started. All right. Yeah. All right. So there we go. In the castle of dreams, become altered by the color of your dreams. So let those dreams wash over you, basically, and alter your universe. We have dreams for all of this, right? And so are they washing over me? They're always washed over me, but all right. So flip it upside down, right? So it says flip it upside down. So there we go. That's right side up, but flip the script, right? Basically is what it's saying. So when you go to do something today, try doing the opposite. Have you ever done that? Where it's like, okay, what would I normally do? I'm not going to do that, right? I'm going to do the opposite of what I normally do. A lot of times what we normally do takes us out of space, puts us in a box, puts us in old energies, what have not. And so, bing, flip it upside down. Questiones your beliefs. So, question your beliefs. So in order to find your inner light switch, a lot of times you do have to question what you believe, right? If you're not questioning your own beliefs, then you should always be taking instant assessment of what is this standing true for me now, is the question. Let's do something here. All right. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Watch what happens. Here we go. All right. So from fear to fuel. So basically, can you take the fears of your universe and turn them into fuel for your day, right? Fears of what's going on, right? If you are like me, door dashing a lot, I turn that into fuel for what I need to do to propel my universe in a more stable manner than door dashing, right? So stand still and stand on your power. So it's asking you to stand within that power. NBA fan, good dunning there. All right, so can you stand still and in your own power? So just to kind of link all these together here, the North Star, not like the engine, right? Which Chevy's best engine, the North Star engine. Flip your inner light switch, right? So turn on your love light, turn on your light. What asking you is to don't be dim. A lot of us walk around dimming our light, purposely being dim, purposely being quiet. Grace, Hershey, good dunning. A lot of us do that, and it doesn't work out very well for us. We wall ourselves off. We don't even realize we're doing so, and then we wonder why we're going out into the universe, right? Looking for, why am I not meeting people? Why are people looking at me weird? Why am I feeling rejected? What have you? It's because your inner light switch, right? You dim your switch, or right, and so you step into. When you're meeting new people, are you seeing them as from a karmic standpoint? Are you seeing it as an opportunity, right? Somebody comes into your frame and you've never seen them, met them, like if you're standing in retail like me, when they come past you, are you going into a karmic state of, oh my gosh, or are you exactly? That's the question you have to ask yourself. All right, so in the Castle of Dreams is the next card there. And so become altered by those color of your dreams. So let your dreams take over your universe today and see where you stand. So flip it upside down. Do something different. So what you would normally do it the opposite. Do something different. And finally, turn that fear, right, into fuel. So whatever you are fearing today, whatever's blocking energies, whatever you may have a deadline on something, whatever it might be, turn it into fuel. Just like, it's not going to get me. I got this, right? As you do. All right. All right, so let's clear some energies then, so we know what we're looking at for today. And Josh says, turn on your light. And I hear Dim all the lights, Donna Summer. No, turn on your love light. From Turn on your heart light, I should say. The song from there we go. All right, so just point these cards back out because we could probably refer to them later today. I always put them back in the box, or at least think about it, and then take them. Right. Refer to them later, right? There we go. But yeah, no, Turn on Your Heart Light by Neil Diamond. All right, so let's take a quick moment and then ground into our North Star today, flipping the script, reaching for our higher self, right? So what are you dreaming for this weekend? What's your dream? What are you looking to gain this weekend? Before we do, we're going to light some Palo Santo. Should have done that beginning, but I always, this is new. It's just sitting here, so and I forgot all about it. So let's light some Palo Santo for everybody. Takes a moment here to light. Generally, it used to be when a light, like if you do a sage, you want to light it with a match, but it could take you forever in a day. And Palo Santo, you cannot light Palo Santo with a match, no matter what anybody says, unless you have like the world's largest match, like a fireplace match. Good luck getting the wood to burn with a match, right? This is barely burning as it is. It's so thick. Like a torch or something, a creme brulee torch to get this thing going here, right? But or in Colorado, it would be a dab torch, I guess, if you really want to. But either way, 420 this weekend as well. So yeah, if you celebrate that, there we go. Perfection. So for you, for me. All right, so there we go, a little bit better. Palo Santo for everybody. And just like, even though I'm here and you're there, right? Energetics does flow through the internet. But, stab it out. Ah! But if you're doing that for yourself, of course, make sure you get all of your, and I'm doing this for you guys, make sure you get all of your body there and under your feet. And of course, your soul star chakra, which would be like up here. There you go. So don't forget that as well. But when you are using that, and of course the difference, if you have Palo Santo versus, hang on. All right, so let's take a walk, shall we? All right. So the difference between Palo Santo and sage, right? If you don't know the difference between the two, Palo Santo, if you have, you are looking to do energetic clearing, of course, you don't need either. You can use the violet flame or call on Archangel Raphael to cleanse the space, or Michael. But really, if you're using sage, will clear the entire space, right? So if you use sage, like if you walk into a brand new space, use sage. If you're had a domestic issue or something, use sage, right? Clear out all of the energy. If otherwise you're just looking for a refresh, Palo Santo. Palo Santo does not remove any positive. It just removes a negative and enhances the positive. This removes positive and negative. It cleanses to a neutral space, neutral energy to just cleaning the negative energy with the Palo Santo. So the difference between the two, a lot of people have asked, what's the difference between? So the sage, if you want to cleanse the space to a neutral energy, zero, like you're just no negative, no positive, you're just flat. Like if you buy a house, you would want to say, you don't want anybody else's positive energy is positive, but that's their positive energy based on their achievements in their universe. So you really don't want that running around in your space. So if you are going to buy like a house or move into an apartment or get a used car, right? You want to sage the car, right? But if once you're in the house and like once every other day or week or what, you use your Palo Santo to keep up and just clean the negative energies. Now during spring cleaning or something, you might want to use it. But yes, so either way, but let's do an invocation then to bring in our dreams for this week. And Lucky Stone, good dawning as well. And Lucky goes live on Saturday evenings if you have not watched, in Milky Way Soul Tribe as well. So you can always check out Lucky Stone's channel, Lucky Stone 888, and you can see him walking through the forests of Massachusetts, where it looks like it's still dead of winter, but the snow's still on the ground, unless those are filmed in the past. But either way, Native Americans use sweetgrass to call in ancestors' guides after using sage to clear space. There you go. So if you get some, thank you, Karen. So if you get some sweetgrass, you can call in your ancestors after you totally clear the space, right? This would be like vacuuming all the energy out of a space and leave it in a vacuumed space versus versus the Palo Santo, which is just sucking out all the succubus energy, the negative energies. It was awesome. They all just live around the corner from me, and I asked Spirit for good, healthy friends and found them. Oh, that's so blessed, Yolanda. How awesome is that? And that is amazing. All right, so let's an invocation then for a good weekend. We're going to ground in, and of course, we're going to ground into our North Star. So let's take a moment as we breathe out. Breathe out anything that's blocking you from having a good weekend, however that is. As you breathe in the good weekend, the good energy, and breathe in what you are looking for. What are you looking to do this weekend? Obviously, this weekend is the Feast of Esther, or Easter. So if you celebrate Easter, favor, and of course, today is Good Friday as well. So, but if you celebrate Easter, have an amazing Sunday. And if you don't celebrate Easter, have an amazing Sunday either way. And either way, if you do the religion thing or not, there's no judgment. Have an amazing time with your families, all of you. But so take a deep breath in. As we breathe in, we will see all the possibilities of this weekend, and we will ground into our North Star. So if you know your North Node, that's your North Star, right? We'll call that your North Star today. Your North Node. That's where you're looking to become, right? So if you're a Cancer, you want to drop all the emotional stuff and become a Capricorn, right? Which is the least emotional of all signs, right? So from your end, what's your South sign? And if you know your North Node there, then your North, then we'll ground into that. Otherwise, ground into being the opposite today, right? Look at if you make a make a decision. Is this decision right for me? Is it good dawning, Rick? All right, Rick is the epitome of heal thy patient, heal thyself. Rick, thank you for being such an amazing amazing soul and an amazing really. I mean, you are wow. All right, so favor. If you don't know Rick's story, you can definitely. Rick is the he healed thyself. If no cancer, amazing. So yeah, you don't. Rick is the proof that you don't need chemo. I mean, we're not saying that you. We're not telling you what to do, but when you decide to take the reins of your universe, right, and step into your North Star, and you end up right. Favor, Rick. All right, so let's take a deep breath in and see our North Star for this weekend. We'll breathe out, and as we breathe in, we'll pull in all positive, awesome energies for this weekend. As we breathe out, we'll breathe out any negatives that we can see for this weekend, anything that's blocking us, anything that we're not looking to do this weekend that may be in our frame, but and of course, any blocking energies whatsoever from having a great weekend. We're going to breathe those out as well. So take a deep breath in, and we hold it for 4 seconds because cycling our breath. I don't like box breathing. I'm not if I'm breathing in a box, then I'm usually probably going to be feeling a little panicky because I'm shoved in a box, right? So I wouldn't be box breathing. I'd probably be some sort of hyper breathing, which is breathing like fast breathing, right? All right, so take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe through your nose and release. Breathe in. We're gonna do a fourth one for satisfied as well. So breathe in and breathe out. One more, breathe in and breathe out. And finally, one more breath in. So take a deep breath in. And then this time when we bend over, we're going to cause a fold in the center of our chest here, right here, and say satisfied as we breathe out. So breathe out, satisfied. Generally, that'll drop you into your heart chakra. So if you want to invoke with me, we invoke the energies of an amazing weekend. We invoke our North Star, our North Node, and different. We invoke and challenge the universe to bring us a surprise, bring us something different. We challenge our universe, our angels and our guides, to bring us something amazing this weekend. And we challenge each other to have the best and most amazing weekend ever. We lift each other up. And of course, we send love to Scotty Boy, who's not here and hasn't been for a few, to have an amazing weekend as well. Favor to whatever is going on with him. So from your end, we say hallelujah. There we go. So from your end, just ask your universe for something amazing this weekend. Hershey, we saw you live yesterday, so if you would throw if somebody would, Millie or anybody, if you want to throw Hershey's channel into the chat, I would appreciate it. We're going to pin it, and we're going to make Hershey the small channel of the day. So Hershey, throw yourself into the chat there, your channel link, and if you would, and we'll get everybody to reach over there and subscribe to Hershey, who was live yesterday. And is that? I think that's Hershey's channel. Is that Hershey's channel? Okay, I'm going to assume that is, because if I click it, we are toast. This live is Memorex. If I click on that, so I'm going to assume that it is and pin that for the moment. Bingo. All right, it's Hershey's channel. All right, so guys. Pinned to the channel now is Hershey. Thank you. I appreciate that. I figured it was, but just got to check, because if I click, poof, there goes the live. I figured it was. Thank you. I appreciate that, Victor. So guys, just up. So guys, please, the small channel of today, and we generally just pick somebody who's in the live, right? Who's been around, right? So please do consider subscribing to Hershey. She did a good live yesterday about crystals and rocks in her universe in Florida. And of course, favor escaping the floods and whatnot. You're amazing too. We're all amazing. Anybody who's willing, first off, you had to go through all those floods and you're starting from scratch. So big favor to you. We got to see an unboxing of Chloe's crystals. So if you want to see an unboxing from Chloe, you can go and check out Hershey's channel. And really, anybody who's willing to go on YouTube, you have quejones, right? So if you have the quejones to go on YouTube, and you're part of this family, then we give you all the props and all the love as well, because putting yourself out there, stepping into your frame and giving yourself out and your energetics out there when, we don't know the reaction. You could get one view, you could have a coven of throw crap at you. Anything can happen. You're on YouTube, right? And so favor that doesn't, but so you get no, we love you too. You're just as equally amazing there, Hershey. We're all reaching out for something, and when you're reaching out on YouTube, there, absolutely. So check out Hershey's channel, please, and thank you. So guys, subscribe, and if you want to see Chloe's unboxing yesterday as well, and Hershey's Universe, please do so. Oh, you got it, guys. You got it, guys. That's what it's all about. We lift each other up. So Hershey. Exactly. All right, so we get palm reading cards for today, and All right. All right, so we've got 3 cards today. It's the 3-card Monty, right? But honestly, if you want to practice what Victor's doing, you can take 4 cards, 4 playing cards, right? 2 black, 2 red, and shuffle them. It's either going to be black, red, black, black, red, or however you shut, right? So you can practice with what Victor's doing with like 4 playing cards while you're just sitting around going red, black, red, and just shuffling them again. But yeah, just 4 cards. Or you could do diamond, ace, king, queen, and try that as well. But that'll also help to practice. And I've been doing that with playing cards here and there. And that's been helping to get the pats on the getting with the energy that Truthwave's putting out. All right, so today's cards, number 50. There's 3 cards today. Today is the Simian crease. The Simian crease, I'll explain what it is. I'm not sure myself. It's a crease. This is created when the heart and the headline, so your headline and your heart line, there you go. So I guess there's a crease within it. So when the heart and headlines become a single line, so if they merge, so like I have a, all right. Your logic and emotionally intertwined. It indicates you have a complex emotion. Yeah, that would be me, right? So this is the Simian line. I will show you. See where I have a Simian line. I'm going to show you my whole palm. See how that merges? My heart and my headline merge into one line, right? Right there. Which means, yes, I am overly emotional. I'm a Hayoka empath. And it fits me to the teeth, to the... So yeah, if you have the Simian crease, and that would be, again, on your dominant hand, and it's right there where your lines become one. And they do. They actually split off, right? Right there. So do you have the Simian crease? And if you do, your logic and emotions can become intertwined, which they do with me, which is, yeah. Ah, exactly. Um, so yes, it's not fun, but so that's what it is. There, I have a complex emotional life, and yeah, yeah, so swimming in my space someday. All right, so number 51 would be we have very short, and then we don't have long fingers. I don't know why, but we have very short fingers. So if you have very short fingers, and I guess that's a judgment. I don't know really what. There is no specifics. Like if your fingers are 33 centimeters, right? So very short fingers, daring and competitive, adventurous spirit, enthusiastic, aggressive and feisty, upfront mannered. So I guess you're, I don't know what upfront mannered, and successful. So if you have short fingers, you would theoretically mirror all of these characteristics. Again, daring, competitive, adventurous, enthusiastic, aggressive, and feisty, upfront mannered, and successful. And Victor, I do want to say thank you. I do apologize. I just realized for not being on the roundtable, all the internet and goofy issues I've been having around here. We're gonna try it again next week, but this time we'll bring it up and leave my laptop up and see if we can get it going a little bit earlier and see if it'll stick. But thank you guys who did watch. We got like 40 views on the channel, nonetheless. So grateful. But yeah, so all right. So then we have short fingers, and I don't know what the difference is between short versus very short fingers. Again, this is all subjective, and isn't a lot of your universe and a lot of everything just subjective energies, anyways. So yeah. Oh, dude, no worries about the round table. Not sure it's on your end as much as it is with Restream. I don't know. But yeah, when I see Restream on my phone, it looks like a black screen, generally speaking. And on the so I'm gonna try to if I do it on my phone before I even get it up, I'm gonna try to do it on the desktop setting on the phone. That might actually clear it out. So we'll try that first, and then who knows? But keep on trucking here. We got unlimited internet on the phone, so who knows? All right, so short fingers versus very short, and very versus short. Your mileage will apply, so you choose what is short versus very short. And yep, we're not going anywhere else with that. Quick decision maker, abrupt and reckless. So if you're not abrupt and if you have short fingers, but you're not abrupt and reckless, then maybe you have very short fingers. But if you have short fingers and you are abrupt and reckless, then you just have short fingers, not very short fingers. Overlook details, understand the bigger picture, pioneering and achieves goals quickly. And maybe you have in between where you have a little bit of both, right? So you're not very short, but you're intermediate fingers, right? I have no idea. But so there, short fingers versus very short fingers. So your mileage applies. Rinse and repeat daily, and please keep all hands in the train as it is moving. Right. All right. So we will post these up today. I will get pictures. They may not be till tonight, but generally once this show is over, I'm running like an antelope out of control out of here. As fast as I can. And since the Bossmeister is at the Shop Day Crystal today, we will be there with time to spare. She's not going to be there all day or anything, but just there long enough to do the schedule, check some packages, and shuffle some energy. So there we go. All right, Dale, good to see you. Hey, Dale. Dale's Pale Ale. I'm going to have to post a picture of that for you, Dale, in the Discord. That's why. Yeah, there's a brewery out here called Oscar Brewing, and they're one of the larger, smaller brewers in the country, and so they make a drink called Dale's Pale Ale, which is brewed out here, and which is really crazy. Long where I live in Colorado here is one of the #1 brewing centers in North America. It's really weird. Came out to have the fifth largest or the fifth biggest small brewery city in America. Of course, we don't drink beer anymore, but nonetheless. All right. Do you think maybe most things you do right-handed because the world is built to make that easier? Ooh, interesting conversation. I've had Dale's Pale Ale. There you go. Yeah, it's brewed down yonder street from me, so to speak. Yeah, I bought it before. I didn't realize I'd end up living in the same town. Driving right past it on the daily, basically. All right, so we'll get these guys posted up on the channel tonight or today. And yeah, so hopefully everybody's set up for a good Friday there. I don't see Henny in the chat, or we tell her not to fry anything. She's always in a Zoom or something. She catches the replays, but good energy. Yes, we're not being negative in any aspect. And none of us drink. But it's just I see your name all the time. So that's the energy. I see Dale lit up every day I drive around in Longmont here in Colorado. So I see you, Dale, on the billboard. I see Dale's sign. I see Dale at the restaurant. There's a restaurant and your name's like plastered right on the side of it. So yeah, so Dale is a popular name in my town. That's why I bring it up, is because I keep seeing Dale when I drive around. And it's awesome actually to see that, because then the moment I see those signs, it's like, Dale, wait a minute, I know it, Dale. Wait a minute, Dale, poof, and I give you energy. So every time, yeah. So think about that, Dale. Every time I see those pale ale signs, I'm not really thinking I don't care about the beer. I'm thinking about our awesome family friend here on my friend on YouTube, right? And so I'm giving you energy every time I see that. I'm thinking, Dale, how awesome. Much love, brother. So yeah, I'll post a picture. There's nothing negative in any aspect. It's a reminder that we have an awesome Dale in the family. So yeah, so all right, so we're going to channel, and as an open channel, today's a freeform Friday. So I will ask you first into the chat, right? So anybody who wants to, throw it into the chat as quickly as you can, and whatever you would like to see channeled. Tequila was your first go-to. My first go-to was an entire fifth of Beefeater gin. 2 lifetimes ago, I died as an alcoholic in the 1910s, 20s, 10s, 15s. In New York, I pulled a 5,000-pound press and smashed metal. The guy who had the job before me smashed his hand, and it destroyed his hand. It was a 5,000-pound weight that went smack and smashed down a big piece of metal, right? So yeah, but I would buy liquor from the whiskey. That's why I hate brown liquor, right? So I'd buy whiskey or scotch whiskey from the paper guy, right? Newspaper guy had bottles of whiskey. And so I'd buy one from him and slip it in and go home, sit at my table, read the newspaper, drink, and pass out. And one day I just passed out and never woke back up. So there we go. So yeah, so thus, if you don't have anything that's cleared out from your past lifetimes as you spin forward, right, into the next lifetimes, I didn't clear out the alcohol. I died from it, right? So it's still it's still vibrating in my DNA. So in this lifetime, the first time I drank, I got that feeling of grace and ease, right? Right? And so first time I drank, I had an entire bottle of Beefeater gin. It took about 6 to 8 minutes. And if you drink an entire bottle of Beefeater gin, the colors are really interesting, like a psychedelic effect. And then I passed out. I should have died, but my body was already primed. I was already primed to be for alcohol because it was in my DNA, right? So that's how you clear it, right? You have to walk back through the fire. So I had to walk back through the fire of drinking a little bit to clear that lifetime's drinking in this lifetime, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so that was my first all messages. There we go. Go to. All right. So today is a freeform Friday. So I am going to channel. Who would you like me to channel? Archangel Raphael, Sekhmet, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman, 22 in the chat. So you guys throw it out there. First one. Do you know why whiskey was invented? No, I was Yolanda. Why was all right, so we're going to learn something here. Why was whiskey invented there, Yolanda? ISIS. All right, so we got Karen with ISIS. We can do that. If there's a topic as well, if you guys have, and not like who was my brother-in-law, like my brother-in-law and horse, none of that, just like energetic stuff. But, so why was whiskey invented? Tequila is my favorite, but I never drank to get drunk. I still don't drink unless it's been a hard day. Then I may usually have one then, but not often. There we go. All right, and guys, of course, make sure you are subscribing to our small channel of the day to Hershey there as well. All right, so we got ISIS, but if there's anything to keep the Irish from taking over the world, I have no idea how that fits. I guess because a potato. I have no idea how. Can we add an expansion on that, please? In general, I thought everything was to stop the Germans from taking over the world back in the day. But all right, I don't understand. Just one. Yeah, one drink is like, yeah, back. I'd have one bottle maybe, but one drink was, yeah, no. I don't understand that either. Just one drink is like, well, to get a calming effect maybe, but if I was going to drink, no. That's why I don't drink at all, because if I drink, I just get drunk. just a joke. Oh, there we go. All right. So okay, interesting. Thank you, Yolanda. All right. So, does anybody have anything they want me to channel through ISIS? Otherwise, we can just do a an open channel here. Is there something specific you guys had a question on? Why my brother just? Yeah. Why my brother just made me sleepy? My bother just made me sleepy. Okay, I was laughing, but not sure if there was more to it. Right. All right. So we're just gonna channel ISIS then, if we don't have anything specific in the chat there. But that means you're a normie. Norm. Speaking of alcohol, right? They don't make TV like that anymore. Norm. I don't. Do they even make TV? I don't think much of us watch televised vision anymore. But either way, let's put these up here. Don't forget to post those later. All right. So let's see what Goddess Isis has for us today in the channel here on Friday, and of course it is Friday, so no French fried. If you are watching Henny in the background there, if you watch this in the replay, no fried Oreos, especially if you're wearing red-soled shoes. No fried Oreos, right? While you're drinking red Kool-Aid? Yeah, absolutely not. So exactly. I learned to binge drink in high school. The military was finishing school. Yeah, we used to have a. So here's a quick story. In high school, we used to go to this liquor store down in Baltimore City. It was owned by a bunch of Asian people. Right? So we go in and into the not so nice part of Baltimore City, and it was kind of a common knowledge in the high school that you could go down 1111. Thank you. You could go down and get liquor, right, alcohol, from this place without an ID. They did not care, and so we'd go down. And this is 88, 89, 90, 91. So most people, it wasn't as like it is now, where it'd be like they gave some back then. Even then, with the dare, it wasn't as crazy as it, like, if you got pulled over for, they'd drive you home. It wasn't like it is now, where it'd be like standing tall before the man, and you banned from school, suspended from school, and just for one, whatever, crazy, right? But so yeah, so we go down to the liquor store, and the Asian lady would be like, "You put money, or put the money." She's like, "Put money in the window," right? And so you had the big bulletproof glass, and so she'd spin the window, and then put the money, and she put the alcohol and spin it, and get the hell out of here. You are never here, right? And so yeah, that was so yeah, we'd have Boone's Farm, and it was every weekend there. You get some, you go down, and so yeah, there. I appreciate the positive vibrations you send me every day when you see my name. I need to smile today. Love you, brother. I'm looking forward to seeing the pic. Yeah, when I'm out today, I will. Well, it may not be today because I'm, or I can grab it from the internet. Either way, and post it that way. But I'll put it up in Discord there, for sure. But so yeah, we used to liquor every single weekend from the. And it was funny. We'd go down, and of course everybody in high school was in cliques, right? So we'd pull into the parking lot and get out of the car, and then there's the other clique that the jock clique that we don't generally speak to, but at that moment, because we're on neutral territory outside of high school, both kind of looking at each other like, "Oh, we're all getting drunk." For that one moment, right, where the geeks and the jocks kind of meet in the liquor store parking lot illegally on a Saturday after, when we're not in school, and it's like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" Right? So that's the one time. Or on the Grateful Dead, you go to, right, since my school was like 98% Grateful Dead, like RFK 92, 91. That's Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy. The stadium in DC, that's no more. Yeah, it was. We're leaning up against 91. We're leaning up against the stadium, and then like half my high school was walking by. It was crazy, right? And everybody's in their own little cliques. But on the parking lot of a Grateful Dead concert, the cliques kind of fall apart a little bit. Nobody's as ego-y as they are when they're in school. But all right, so my first bar was a blues bar with my sister, 5 years older than me. I had an ID and a piece of paper with a vague description. They let us both in. I was 16. Well, there you go. All right, breaking into the bar there, Trista. All right. All right. So that must have been a generational thing. I started with that. I never went into the bars. We just, since we were like, we don't want to bother trying to like sneak in that way, and plus guys don't get as much pass as girls do. Trying to do all that. So once we found the liquor store, we were like, we're good. We are totally fine. We don't need to go to a bar or anything else. Back when the pot was the kind I liked, I chose it over alcohol. Yeah, well, yeah. I was buying pot off my boss. I worked at a hardware store, Pikesville Hardware. I was buying pot off my boss's accountant. The accountant was upstairs in his he had CPA, and in the office above the hardware store. there was rental offices, and so he had an office up there. And so yeah, I'd get to work early, and Jim would be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going up to talk to your CPA." And he's like, "What?" And so I'd run up there, and yeah, and he had a big vault case or yeah, they're safe. And he would just like, "What do you need?" And so I'd pop and knock my, "Can I get an eighth?" And he'd be like, "Sure, what do you need? Come on in." And poof, there you go. So yeah, so high school was great because I'd just run upstairs and get weed. When I was working right before work, pretty much every once or twice a week, and I just throw it in my backpack. Hang my backpack up in the bathroom, nobody would ever care. So, or even know. But yeah, so, right, if my boss knew that I was buying weed off of his, I don't think he would even probably care. I was buying weed off of his accountant there. But yeah, Jim, but crazy. All right, so let's channel real quick. We got about 15 minutes here, so we'll do a quick channeling. And then we will close out. We'll work with the Dream Amethyst and close out. We still have 15 minutes. Close out with a group hug, but we will compress this a little bit. All right, so we're going to bring in Isis here per the group request. So if you've not seen me channel before, I have an open channel, which means from my end that I don't have to do any toning or anything. So it could mean that they're just hanging around, that maybe I'm possessed. No, doubtful, but nonetheless. Yeah, so I just drop right in the channel. It's like kickstarting in a stick shift car. If you roll downhill in a stick shift car and you pop the clutch just right, you don't even need a key. It'll just start driving, right? So same deal here. So let's pop the clutch on my channeling. We'll bring in Isis for an invocation and whatnot for a good weekend, and see where she's going to drive us. We'll jump into working with the Dream Amethyst and close out here. All right, guys. Mother Goddess Isis here. We are grateful for all of you being here, and we are grateful for Josh channeling through himself for me, right? We are channeling through him for you, to you today, right? We are grateful for all of you. And are you grateful for yourself? Are you grateful for your Friday? And are you grateful for your loving, living universe? That is the question we are asking of you today. Can you ground into gratitude today? If you are looking to create change, and we had seen in the cards here, right, that you are looking to find your North Star. So if you are looking to find your North Star today, ground into change, ground into your higher self, ground into being that change you are looking for in your universe, right? Whatever you are, if you know your astrological sign, right? So if you are a Cancer, then the opposite would be a Capricorn, right? So what are you and what is your North Node, right? Are you grounding into that, or are you playing in the lower levels of your South Node? That is a question also that you want to ask of yourself. And if you are able to, get your astrological chart so you can see, right, what your North Node is, because you do not want to be playing in your South Node, right? So climb into your North Node, right? Whatever it is, the opposite sign of your South Node, your sun sign, right? Generally speaking. Not always the case, right? So for Josh, right, he's a Cancer. So his North Node as a Cancer South Node would be Capricorn. So find out for yourself and climb into that today, right? Do the opposite, right? So if you are overly emotional, like a Cancer, right? When the emotions come up, put your feet on the ground, stomp down, and boot into your Capricorn self, which is the least of emotional, right? They are more like literal, right? And more direct. So step into being more direct and see if you can't box out, right? As you are reaching into your higher self, those emotions, right? Allow them to flow through you. You do never want to squash your emotions, but do not try to ground into them, right? If you are a Cancer and your North Node is Capricorn. So try to figure that out for yourself, right? Go on to the Pattern app, right? On YouTube or on Amazon or on iPhone, right? Or there you go, on iPhone or on Google, right? You can go into the Pattern app, right? Pull up your chart. All you need is your date of birth, the time, and the city, right? And then you can see what is your North Node if you do not know. If you do not know your North Node, then we are going to have a talk, because that is what you are trying to emulate, to become, right? To step away from that South Node, to become the better person, right? To ground into your higher self. So for yourself, right? If you are a Capricorn North Node, like Josh, right? Or as Millie put in the chat, then you have to ground into a strong self, a less emotional body, right? So what are you? What are you grounding into for yourself? So check that out. Turn on your North node. Turn on your north light, your higher light, right? And allow for that to shine. Are you allowing for that in your universe? A lot of you do not, dearies. Mother Isis is asking for you to do a little bit of work and see where you need to be opposite today, right? So do opposite of your south node and be that north node. Allow for the changes in your universe and do something opposite today, right? Whatever that is, do something different, right? If you eat spaghetti on Fridays, right? Well, today's, right? So fish on Friday, right? So if you are eating spaghetti, right? No meat, right? So if you are eating spaghetti, then if you are following that, right? Then do something different, right? Have Alfredo instead. But what we are saying is instead of making a left turn, make a right turn. Are you seeing, right? Instead of making the bed from the side you sleep on first, go around to the other side and make the bed from that side first. If you are doing laundry, right? Wash your laundry on cool instead of cold, right? We are just saying do things a little bit different today, just a little bit. Wash your hands in cold water. Really, it doesn't make a difference. But what we are saying is to do different, just a little bit different today, right? So push that north node. Push yourself into the unfamiliar, just a little. Cook something you haven't cooked, right? Say something you haven't said to somebody in a long time, right? That is what we are getting at. Be a little bit different than you normally would, right? So if you are doing X today, then do Y, right? If you have two pairs of shoes, right? Which ones are worn less often? Good question, right? Wear the shoes that you wear less often. Do things differently today. So see if you can do that for yourself. Ooh, we are seeing, and we see in the chat, right? Because we can read what we are channeling. So today, Witchy Trista, right? Favor. And so hold a moment and lift Trista up, right? She's having a QHHT session, right? It's a quantum healing session, right? So you are having a past life regression session. So we are grateful. It is the past life regression session that saved this channel's universe, right? By realizing the patterns of his universe and where he was and what he was in, right? And the choice that he made when he came to the gameplay called Planet Earth, right? He chose the ascension path, right? But how did he do so? What is he going through? And the patterns within that. But sometimes you don't realize that. So favor, Trista, may it open up and you can see your patterns, your original trauma, as Josh did, right? And see your trauma dramas and what you are playing out in your lifetimes. That is what happened. So for Josh, when he had his past life regression session, wasn't QHHT per se, but it took him back to his original trauma where his mother had given him away, right? And then we saw the alcohol as we had discussed before, right? So he was pulling the lever in New York and smashing the metal. There you go, right? And drinking his life away, right? So there you go. And then the past life before that, right? The one right after, before this one, right? Where he was shot in the back by a cop, right? So he could be here right now on your timeline. So Trista, the effect may take a little bit of time, right? It may take days, it may take weeks, or it could take a year, right? But remember, what this is going to do for you is kick down the door, open up that universe, so to let Ma in. Allow for it to have an effect. You may walk out and go, okay, that was interesting, and have no effect, right? That happened to Josh, but a year later, it all started tumbling in. It takes time sometimes. So just flow with it and let it do its thing. So if you are having a past life regression session, remember though, all your lifetimes are actually happening right now. Everything is happening everywhere, all at once. So as you are the grand everything in the universe right now, and it's happening right now, the blink of an eye, you are only seeing it in linear time based on the fact that you are on Earth. But when you go back, right, and you are in the ethereal, you will see that it all was like an explosion of light, right? Like poof. And it happened like that. Instantaneously. While you are sitting in it, right? In the long linear 70, 80, 90, 100 years, right? When you are in the light body, poof, that's it. There's your universe. It happened. That fast. So keep all that in mind, right? And it's happening right now, right? But favor, you are on a healing path, and you will see what path you are on, right? What you chose, right? So when you have that past life regression session, QHHT session there, you will see, dearie, what you are looking for if you are looking for what you want to see, right? So allow for your past life regression session to bring to you what you need, Trista, and you will have the healing that you are looking for. We are going to end this here. But remember, whatever you are looking to do this weekend, do it in amazement. Realize you are the light on this planet. So stand in your light. Do the opposite. If you are feeling darkness, stand in the light. If you are feeling light, make it brighter. There you go. Be the brightest light in the room. That is why you throw people off, right? Because you walk into the room, you are bright. While there are 50-watt light bulbs, you are the three-way switch. You are the three-way bulb, right? The one that goes 250 watts, right? The bright bulb in the room. So be that. Be the brightest bulb. Be the ace of spades, right? The highest cards, right? Carry that with you today, right? Do not sit in that lower energy. And if you find it, then flip your script. Step into your north node. Mother Isis loves you and is releasing her transmission. All right, so Trista, yeah, good luck. Favor to your QHHT session. That's amazing. It took me about a year to almost 2 years to have a bigger effect. But immediately you'll see it, you'll feel it, you'll know it. I saw my mother give me away. I can see it now. It's like a movie, and once you see it, it gets emblazoned in you. So I can see a third eye. I can see she's giving me away, swinging around. There's the horse. There's the guy, and she hands me to him. So favor, favor, it works well. Jolly, good dunning. Favor for you, however it works for you, Trista, that you find what you are looking for in your QHHT session, and that it finds you in a favorable place. There we go. All right, so let's take 5 minutes here. Not even. We're going to work with the Dream Amethyst here. So energetics works best with your permission. Your permission is sticking around in the chat. If you want to dive, understood. If you want to slam your phone down, close your phone down and wait till it's over, that's fine too. We're going to take about 3 or 4 minutes here. So ground your intentions. What is your dreams for this weekend? What are you dreaming? What are you dreaming of in your future as well, or in your current? Future and current are all perspectives. So from your end, then, what are you looking to ground into? Put that dream into this amethyst here. And again, this comes from where? This came from Chloe's Crystals, who will be live with us Saturday at 8:33, just like now, 10:33 your time, right after, or 10:30 really. You can't do 33 on StreamYard. So right after Victor, we will have Chloe's Crystals on Saturn Day. So get your Duncans together and your list together, because we will be doing some shopping. All right, so here we go. We'll hold it like a pencil, right? All right, so here we go, guys. And again, we don't have any music, so just bear with the enjoy the silence. Ding. Yes, we haven't gotten there. We were going to kind of wait, or actually start Saturday, but yes, we have Karen and Shelly on Moon Day for birthdays. And I'm going to write these. I'm going to write that down just so I don't forget, because Karen and Shelly, B-Day, Moon Day. There we go. I got it written down just to make sure. Usually if I hear it, I'll throw it in my calendar. I think I threw one of them in my calendar. Now we get the other one. Nope, that was the end of Depeche Mode. Enjoying our beautiful weather today. Well, here we have snow at the moment. It was sunny, and then it got cloudy again. We've got about an inch of snow on the ground, and we're supposed to get up to 3 inches of snow. The mountains are supposed to get feet of snow, and so what was going to be closed may be open for another week or two as far as skiing goes this year. I think Eldora, which is the closest one to me, will be open into next couple of weeks, actually, now. Since some of the tops are going to get upwards of 2 to 3 feet of snow. Anything above 7,000 feet will see snow today. And so yeah, there you go. And if you live, the highest town in Colorado is Leadville at 10,000 feet. So yeah, there's villages and stuff higher, but the actual physical town with grocery stores and whatnot is 10,000 feet. Actually, it's over almost near 11,000. It's 10,000 and change. Have a great day yourself there, Chloe. We will see you Saturday, and we are looking forward to it. If you have crystals that you want to see on the show, you can email Chloe at chloejanemills82@gmail.com. You can check out her YouTube channel at Chloe's Crystals, capital C's, so at Chloe's Crystals. And of course, sometime this summer, coming soon to a internet near you, is chloescrystals.com. So Hershey, much love. And again, please do subscribe to Hershey. She is the channel of the day. Check out her unboxing yesterday with Chloe's Crystals, and check out Hershey herself. Amazing, beautiful soul. And as you all are. I mean, I've not seen anybody on here like, check out that channel. Oh, no, I don't want to watch that. So. All right. What are we missing here? Thank you so much for sharing the space, sending blessings and positive vibes to you all. All right. 61 degrees. We're going to go high of 33 today. So, all right, we're going to seal this off. We are at 9:30, and we need to motivate. All right, guys, so let's close this out, and let's motivate, right? Yeah, if you ever watch the movie Christine, your motivate will be stuck in your head for in the old movie Christine, with the one with the living car. Or if you read the book, you will see motivate until the day you die. I guarantee it. If you read that Stephen King book. All right. So again, to recap this weekend, tonight is the extended version of Truth Wave at 9:45 at Eastern time. The meditation itself starts at 10 o'clock, and then he'll probably be going closer to 11 o'clock with cards and hangout up to Max Vision. So then Max Vision will be live after that at 10 o'clock or midnight, depending on where you're at. And Max Vision, it's remote viewing class. So check that out as well. So join us tonight. Tomorrow, Rooted Willow will be live at tonight as well. Rooted Willow is live tonight and tomorrow. She's only live Friday. So Victor, your scroll for Rooted Willow, Friday and Saturday only. She's right now with family and stuff. So she's tonight at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, Rooted Willow. And then tomorrow at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, again, at 6 o'clock my time. Thanks. Cool. Thanks. So, yeah, I noticed that on your scroll. So as of now, she's just doing the two. So the two lives. And so check that out tonight. You'll probably see me. I'll be at the shop at 6, but I'll be in the chat to say hello. And otherwise, tomorrow after Victor is after Truth Wave in the Dawning again at 9:45 in the AM East Coast. So at 10:30 East Coast time, we will have Chloe's Crystals. So join us and Chloe. And it's always a good time when I'm between Chloe and Laura. Favorite things to do. And of course, Laura will be live on Tuesday as well. And I'm working. I got to get Care Bear an email. I'm super slow at these things. But today at the shop, I can do some of these. So Care Bear will get you an email, and we will get time to get Care Bear on, as she is going to be our resident astrologer. She's been studying astrology for the past year and a half, and has to put that practice somewhere, right? And because this is how we're all about family here. So if you have a skill set of some sort, and we can use you, you want to put it on the channel, your skill set, please do join us. There's Rooted Willow's channel. Rooted Willow is in the chat, guys. I'm not going to remove the pin there for Hershey because she earned that. It's her channel day, right? But Rooted Willow is in the chat, so check out that tonight. Or you can just type in Rooted Willow, and she'll be the only one that comes up. If you create a YouTube channel, do not do what Jared did, please. I love you, Jared, but Who The will give you 50,000 pages of the Who, so it's hard to find. But if you do Rooted Willow or something easy, blindly inspired of Krista, she should be live at noon today as well. I keep forgetting that Krista will be live at the top of the hour as well, and on the daily. And I don't think we're doing the Sundays with Krista because she is going live, guys. This is the announcement that I've been needing to make here. Because Krista has been going live on her own, and sometimes even twice daily, sometimes twice, but daily nonetheless. And if she goes live with me on Sunday, that would be twice daily for sure. And because Sundays drags me in home at like 4:30 on a sunny Sunday, to do so, I think for now we're going to suspend the Sundays with Krista. If not kill them completely, but at least until it gets till daylight savings time ends, or until it gets cold again, because it's hard to have to, if I'm out dashing at 4 o'clock, from 4 to 6, that could be like $50 to $100 in a quick dash, and so and other things as well. So for the moment, because it's really, it was because Krista wasn't going live on her channel, but now that she is, we can propel her to. She's propelled herself really on her channel there. So we will always be the adamant supporter. We will put her in the community tab when she's on Sundays and whatnot. But yeah, so keep all that. So we will not have Krista on Sundays per se, since at this point she's really, we've kind of done our deal, right? That's half of it, is that she's flying on her own and doing quite well. So join Krista on her channel on the daily at 10 a.m. Or noon, and of course with PG on and off as well, Wednesdays for sure with PG. And so thank you guys for all that. All right, so let's close this out real quick. Left arm up, right arm up, and we're gonna make a big circle here. So energy, just like we did with the sealed off dream amethyst here. If we didn't seal it, we did seal it, but just to make sure, we'll double seal it with a double Ziploc seal, right? But nonetheless, left arm up, right arm up. We're gonna send energy from our left arm and spin it around. It may come around you as it comes around the circle here. So put your arm up like a football scrum, or like a football huddle, or like a scrum that you might see like in Australian rules, or like a rugby, right? But we're not pushing each other around, but you get the idea. And so as we send that energy around through each other, right? And we send that energy, it spins around like the Large Hadron Collider, and it'll come around out of your left hand, around through the group, and you'll see that energy and feel it come back through your right hand and cross right over your heart chakra, back out your left hand and spin it around. So as we spin that energy around, we're sending it up into, and we're linking with the greater source field, and we're feeding this love and sending it like a reverse tornado up into the greater source field. And we keep that connection going as we see each and every one of us in this chat in love, peace, and light. We see everybody in this world in love, peace, and light. And we see everybody come in with 4 walls, right? Everybody has the right to have affordable 4 walls on this planet, at least 4 walls, if not more, or a geodesic dome or something to that effect. We are too prosperous and too advanced on this planet at this point to allow anybody to sleep in a mud hut, a tin shack, or anything of those sorts, unless they choose to, or a tent or a sleeping bag. If you choose to, that's one thing. If you're camping, but to make that your home, no. We have enough on this planet, enough resources, money, lumber, and supplies to build every person on this planet a 2-bedroom house with 1 acre of property in the state of Texas and have room to spare. So if we think we have an overpopulation problem, you could shove everybody in Texas and still have a rodeo, to say the least, right? Nonetheless, we have a density problem, but we do not have an overpopulation problem, right? Go ask those people in Tokyo if they have a density problem, or the people in the barrios in Brazil if they have a density problem. It's an overpopulation problem. It's that they're living on top of each other problem. We see each other in our homes, right? Drinking fresh and clean water. There's no reason why anybody on this planet, especially when we have a device that can pull fresh water, as long as you have 10% or more humidity out of the air, for crying out loud. Literally, drinking water out of the air. Why then are we having people running to the river to bring up that murky, disgusting water, right? Take it back to their house, light it with cow dung or grass and twigs, and burn it until it's boil it for 20 minutes or more, and then wait 2 to 3 hours for it to cool down, or at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to cool down, so that you can just have a glass of water. No more of that in our universe. We are better than that on this planet. We see each other with fresh fruits and vegetables as well. No more of the MGO foods, right? We see each other eating healthy, clean, organic vegetables. We see everybody with the right to clean, fresh food on this planet, right? So we see everybody also with the right to clean, fresh air. There's no reason why anybody's air should look like, or anybody's sky should look like a tic-tac-toe board gone berserk, right? Nobody should be able to count the X's in their sky, and there's no reason why you should have more forever chemicals in your water, or plastics in your water, or in your groundwater, or in your soil at all. So we see Mother Gaia cleansed of all of that, right? Exactly. We see each and every one of us in abundance and love. And we see everybody out there in the universe reaching out for a hug, the ability to find that, right? And we see each and every one of us healed. We see Rick going back to his doctor in 6 months and his doctor going, the hell, did I even treat you for cancer? What the hell's going on? Leave. You don't need to come back. Just go. You're fine. And we see Henny finding her new apartment in, she wants to be in Long Island there, right? Her new amazing place that she's packed, but not knowing where she's going yet. So we see Henny in her new amazing apartment, right? And we see Lindsay in her new amazing place as well, no longer living in a yurt, but a really nice place, right? With fresh fruits and vegetables in her cabinet, with an amazing options in her universe, close to amazing options, right? And we see everybody else out there as well. We see Karen not having to drive up the hill to Estes Park to to see her doctor. We see Chloe's crystals open and sold out in one day, right? Everybody, the day Chloe's crystals goes online, we're just going to buy her out, right? We see Chloe going, well, now what? I got all this money, but I have no more. I have to buy all these new crystals now, and put them all into the website. So there you go. But otherwise, guys, we're going to close this out. So we take our love and our, thank you, Millie, I appreciate it. We take our love and we take our tornado of energy and we release it to the greater source field. And we say to each other, hallelujah, so it is. And thank you. Thank you all for sticking around. All right, guys, I am going to close this out. Remember, everything you do or don't do helps create your loving, living universe. If you're still in your dark night of the soul, as you release your darkness to the light, you step into your light body, creating your loving, living universe, right? All right, guys, stay awesome. I will see you all tonight on Victor's at Truthwave. Today at, well, I'll probably see you in the chat for Krista at noon. Tonight at 9:45, 7:45 my time with Victor and Truthwave. And tomorrow with Chloe's crystals directly after Truthwave at 8:30 or 10:30 in the dawning East Coast time. All right, guys, favor, Scotty boy, we send you love wherever you are and hope to see you shortly. Otherwise, guys, I love you. Lucky will be live tomorrow night as well. And then I think he's on the Milky Way Soul Tribe after that also. So a double shot of Lucky. And of course, you can check out his shorts as well. All right, guys, stay awesome because you are. I do have to run. And I will see you all in the next.